Hello all, welcome to this video on the re-DTC information. The agenda of today's video is these 5, that is understanding of re-DTC info, 17 subfunctions we are going to cover today out of 27, and the request and response frame of the each subfunctions and the explanation for the new terms as well, that is added with that additional terminologies, then the explanation on a whole. Alright, so before that, in our channel you can see, I'm not sure whether it is visible for you or not, uh, so most of the uploads has been already done with respect to the ISTQB foundation level examination preparation. It's I think 3 or 4 videos has been already published and it's been scheduled, and if you follow just the notification, then you can complete the entire no the ISTQB foundation level syllabus in just 1 month, and you can start applying, you can crack in a very first attempt. All right, and yeah, if you would like to take this course from this app embedded world, and you can use the coupon code as learn automotive, so you can get the maximum I think the coupon offer, right? So you can the details has been given in the description as well, and let's get back to the video, right? So yes, let me start with this. All right, so yes, so here let's start with the understanding of the read DTC info. So here you can see the purpose is only one purpose. Okay, so there is no other purpose for this service. So there will be a lot of confusions, like maybe this service is for useful for this some task or other work, or like a flashing and all, nothing. So only one purpose. Let's see the purpose. See, that's why I have mentioned the number. So only one purpose: retrieve and read fault and fault related information in the ECU, one ECU or multiple ECUs. So either it may be emission related or non-emission related. What is emission related, what is non-emission related, everything will be put together in the upcoming videos. And one more thing, if you have any doubts, you can please leave a comment. We can clear then and there. Okay, so that the next video will be clear for you. So what is related information? Okay, fault means, like maybe some brake failure, or there is some the misfiring in your engine, the cylinders are misfiring, or maybe some issue with some control unit, or some hardware issues, or there may be some issue with the powertrain. So a lot of so many issues we have. So in that there may be some issues that is called fault. All right. Then what is fault related information? This is what is fault related information. So fault related information is nothing but, say for example, if there is some critical um, issue occurred. For example, let me point out. Yeah, say for example, maybe there may be the failure with the airbag ACU. In airbag there may be some failure. So when you are diagnosing, we have to check what time it's failed actually, or what failed it start to malfunction. The malfunction time. All right, time in the sense time, date, whatever it may be, everything will be stored. Malfunction um, time, and the scenario. For example, whether the malfunction happened at the time of the vehicle is in driving, or in a standstill, or maybe in off condition, engine off, in whatever time it may be. So there may be some physical damage also. Maybe there may be the rat bites, or if some natural calamities. So whatever it is, so you have to get the information. So that is, these are all the things called related information. So the fault occurred. So not only this, also the whether the fault is active or not. If it is passive, when it become a historic, I mean passive means a historic, when it got historic, and it is a pending or not, means maybe after some cycles it will become active, it may become severe. So these things will be discussing, but as of now you understand related information means these are the related information, like the fault scenario, fault based scenario, the occurrence of the fault, and the fault status, and yeah, again aging counter of the fault. So everything can be comes under the related information. So you can understand, using the read information you can retrieve the fault and related information. All right, so that may be again fault means it both emission and non-emission. Okay, so what are the fault? Yeah, related information means what it contains. So what are all the fault? Okay, so what are the different faults? Then status of the fault, then other data related to the fault, again other data. What is other data? So these are the data. So status means it is active or not, this one, this point, active or pending, or it may become historic. Then other data means this one, driving or standstill, or engine off, or the time of ignition start, maybe due to high supply, high power supply, there may be some fluctuation. Maybe in DC you will not get a fluctuation, but just I can give you a small example. All right, so maybe at the time of ignition start, say for example, most of the some few users, it is recommended to switch off the things. Say for example, a multimedia player or few things you have to switch off when you are turning on your ignition. But nowadays the issues are comes with some the some of the fuse related stuff, so there won't be any issues. But still, so even at the on time also, ignition on time also, there may be some fault occurrences possible. Then what are the faults? So these are all the related information, so you should be clear. Only these three are the related information, and read for related information, that's it. All right. Then so these can be, as of course we have this fault and related information. So these, how these can be achieved with this, we can retrieve. So that by using 27 subfunctions, we have 27 different subfunctions. So the subfunction is not only for retrieving this, so this is the main goal. But if something is failed, like for example, if you clear this, if you clear the diagnostic engineer clear these DTCs, what would be the backup? Even that also has been inside the service by using different subfunction, that is 27 subfunction. I hope you got something about the read EDC information, so you may have a clear idea, right? So now we'll start with the subfunction read DTC by status mask. It is a 0 cross 02. So 0 cross 02 is a subfunction. All right. So here you can, the name itself, you can understand that report DTC by status mask. So here you want the DTC as an outcome, right? Your outcome. For this, you are using status mask as an input. So using status mask, you are getting the DTC. So that is what here it's been mentioned. 02 is a subfunction, that is subfunction of the complete thing, read DTC by status mask, and 08 is actually status mask. This is a subfunction. This is a DTC status mask. So you are getting from the input, right? So the input is a 08. So 02 is a subfunction. Just denote we are using this subfunction. And 19 is a service ID, and this is a DLC length, that is a number of bytes. So this particular DLC and service ID in the positive response I'll explain only with this subfunction. So from the next subfunction we'll skip this part so that we can save a time and we can use it for something new. Fine. Here this first byte indicates a DLC, that is a data length code, that's a DLC length we can call it as. So this byte is, it will just calculate number of bytes used in the frame. So here 1 2 3, so it is mentioned 3. Here if you see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so it's mentioned as 7. So it will maximum, it can accommodate up to 8. If it is greater than 8, then the consecutive flow, that is the process of can TP starts. All right, so anyhow now we are not dealing with it. So you can try to understand the DLC length is something bytes that is been in a single frame. Then 19 is a service ID that is used to retrieve the DTCs, and subfunction it is, and 08 is a DTC status mask because we are requesting it from the status mask. So I guess this is 100% clear for you. Coming to the response part, here 07 is a DLC length, yes, that you know. 59, it's a positive response, right? So in the UDS, positive response means the 40 will be added. So that is the 6 byte will be high, so the 40 will be added. So you will see 59, and 02 is the same subfunction, it is ECU also. So here this side is a tester and this side is a ECU. So ECU will confirm you that I'm sending a response for this particular subfunction only, so that we can come to know, yes, we are 100% sure that we are getting a response for what we requested for. So here 05 is a DTC status availability mask. So it is kind of a container. In this only this DTC status will be there. All right. So the 05, any number it can be, depends on the supplier and the OEM specific. This is a DTC. It's a 3 byte of the information. The 3 bytes is 1A, 2B, 3C. Here it's a DTC. You can consider currently you'll have only one DTC, and which has the status is 2F. Alright, so 2F is, it's a status of DTC. We have 8 bits. Each bit represents something, then it will come. So anyhow, that also we can be learning in our upcoming videos. Now you can understand the format of this particular subfunction. Here you're getting the subfunction, then you're getting this DTC status availability mask, then the DTC followed with the DTC status. So this is the thing you'll be getting from the 02, and 01 will not take more time because it will just give the number. See here, report DTC by status mask. The 01 is report DTC, list of DTC, or the number of DTC by status mask. See, number of DTC, it will just give you number. Here you have only one DTC, right? So in this instance, if you request, then it will get only 101 is a response. But here in this instance, you may have 4 DTC. So again, you are giving a request, then you are getting the response. In this response, what are the new factors? Great, something happened. Okay, fine, no problem. So the response is 01. It is it's a subfunction, and 05 is a DTC status availability mask. Here it's very important. A new terminology you have to learn is here 01 is a DTC format identifier. That means this count of the DTC will be stored in this format identifier only. Alright, so this DTC format identifier holds the number of DTC. So whenever you ask for the number of DTC by using the subfunction 01, it will just retrieve from this 01, and it will respond the number, the count. That's it. So here also again same. Here this side is a tester, this side is a ECU. You're requesting from the tester side and getting the response from the ECU side. So then the third subfunction is report number of emission OBD DTC by status mask. So here also you are requesting with the status mask only. There is no change with it. But only thing is here you are requesting the emission OBD. So what is emission OBD? Emission, first of all, we can just split this. Emissions. Emission means some parameters. It will keep on change. It will be used for monitoring or helpful to monitor the check, health check of the maybe engine, or maybe the car's computer, or maybe some hardware or some software also, whatever it is. So emission, it will keep on check for the emission related stuff, say even the exhaust, or in the powertrain, or in the um, engine cylinder spot, or in the manifold, or anything. So we have so many hardwares, or obviously car has so many emission related stuff, parameters, right? So those can be segregated in this, and that has a direct impact with the OBD. So whatever we will be reading from the OBD port, so this will have a direct impact. So those DTCs has been segregated separately, and those are all called emission OBD DTCs. And if you want to retrieve those, you can use the subfunction 12, and here 07 is again the status mask, because this six no subfunctions has the same initial, that is status mask. Alright, so for the same six subfunctions, status mask is only that. Alright, so just you can remember in that way. So the response will be 5912. Then 06 is a status mask availability. Again 01 is a format identifier. So here also this number will be stored in the format identifier only. So this is a number, and here you'll see the number of mirror memory. Alright, so here emission OBD DTC, here this is a mirror memory. So what is mirror memory literally? Here mirror memory is also like a same our day-to-day life mirror, but if you stand in front of the mirror, as soon you leave, that your image will disappear. But in mirror memory it's not like that. So it will store the data. It will not cleared with clear DTC. Okay, in if you give 14 FF, then what will happen is the main memory will remove, but the mirror memory remains same. All right, so it will be same, it will not remove. So that is the purpose of the mirror memory. Mirror memory is to, it is a kind on a buffer basis. It will keep on store the DTCs until unless it has been cleared intentionally from the garage. So until that it will keep on store the DTCs. All right. So that's what the mirror memory is, and this subfunction 11 is used to report number of mirror memory. That's it. Here, report mirror memory, and yeah, so here number of mirror memory only we have been reported by 11, and using 0f we can retrieve what are the mirror memory DTCs exist. All right. So the 0f is a subfunction, then 07 is the same DTC mask. Here also we are requesting with the DTC mask, and here 06 is a DTC status mask availability, then this is a DTC, here status of DTC. So it is same as the first one you remember, right? So report DTCs by status mask. This is report mirror memory DTC by status mask. The only thing is the mirror means it will take some carbon copy of your DTCs which will not clear when you give the clear DTC information. All right. So next is, so this is, that's it. So these are all the status masks. So only six, I guess. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, only five and six, I think. So here report emission OBD DTCs also should be there. Maybe in our later part it will be discussed, I guess. But as of now it is five, so I guess it is six. Fine, no problem. Let's continue with the same flow. So this is kind of a different. So until here we ended up with the status mask. We'll be requesting with the input called status mask, and we'll be get the DTC or the number of DTC. If we get the DTC, only we'll get DTC with status of the DTC. If we request for the number, then you will get the format identity ID. All right. So in format identifier, you will have the numbers used to store. All right, so this part you have to understand. So where the number of DTCs the count shows is with the format identifier. All right, then now this is a new one, report supported DTC. So you can try in your project as well. So if you request this, you will be getting like some 700 or 800 or 400 or 1000 DTCs also. How many DTCs supported in your project? Everything will start to push pop up, if it depends on your tool. So everything, you will get everything. So here for example in this project, this is a version say 1. In this project we have only one DTC, and it is just shining. So here if you see the status of DTC, this is not active, this is not a confirmed DTC, it's not a pending DTC, it is neither a test failed DTC. So what are all those? That also will be seeing, will be having separate session in the upcoming. All right. So this is just, it will broadcast all the supported DTCs in your project. That means all the DTCs implemented by the developers. That's it. All right. Then it's very important, and here you have to remember few things. First is why this DTC is. I mean, why means the purpose. What is the purpose of the DTC? Second, how many DTCs can be retrieved? All right. Next is, yeah, next, once I answer this, then you'll get the next question. See, first, why, before that, what is this DTC? What is this subfunction is? All right. One, two, three. As of now, three questions. So these are all like more like interview perspective. Also, you have to understand. Fine. The name itself, you can come to know what is the report first test fail DTC. That means this particular subfunction is helpful to retrieving the very first DTC failed in the ECU. All right. Again, the question is with this operation cycle or previous operation cycle. No, it's like it's like after turning on the DTC has been triggered, right? That is the one. If you clear that, also it is not an issue. But still, I mean, if you clear also, it will not impact. But it will just broadcast what DTC has been failed at first. Okay. So that is what the report first DTC failed. And here, what is the purpose? Say, it's a very simple for your understanding. If a person is feeling sick, or if you are feeling sick and you are going to the doctor, okay, so to treat yourself, what happens is for example, you have a cough. So obviously, once the doctor diagnose and he will check you have a cold, then what he will tell is you got this cough because of the cold. So here, which is the first test failed DTC is cold, then only cough. So that means if you keep on try to fix the cough, you the the issue will not fix it, because this is a root cause. Cold is a root cause. It will keep on give you the cough, or also if you keep on take the medicine for this cough. All right. So the intention is to, if you clear the cold, obviously the cough will automatically rid off from you. So the same way in DTCs also, if we have 10 DTCs or 20 DTCs or 5 DTCs in a flow, if you find the first DTC, he may be the culprit. So it's not 100%. Maybe the first DTC may not have any relationship between these DTCs. That also the case, but still, in most of the cases, the first malfunction can be the root cause that may trigger other DTC to pop up. All right. So that is the reason, the the purpose of getting or retrieving the first test failed DTC. And next, this is one of the clever interview question that I have ever heard. Like, how many DTCs can be retrieved using the subfunction 0b? They will not give you the question. They'll not tell you this subfunction name. They'll just tell you to check how good you are at in the read DTC 19 service. So how many DTCs can be retrieved using the subfunction 0b in the service 19? So some people tell, yeah, what are the EC, or what are the DTCs present in the ECU? We can retrieve. No, that's not the case. We can retrieve only one. If you try to get more, it is not possible. You can, because the first test failed DTC can be only one. All right. And what happens if multiple DTC trigger at exactly the same time? So that is also not possible scenario, because we'll get most of the DTCs, or we have the the milliseconds also. So it's rarely possible stuff. If it is 100% matches that, yeah, 2 3 DTC also can be, but again, in practical it may not. All right, I have not faced so far. If you have such experience, you can please get back, so that it can be helpful for me also to know the thing that I doesn't. Fine. So here the response will be same. The PLC length, or a DLC length, whatever you can call, protocol length information. That is, PCI is a protocol information length, or DLC length. So anything you can call it as. Then subfunction positive response. Then subfunction 0b is a DTC first failed, and the status of the DTC. Here, there is a question. What is, see here, now we have seen test failed. Okay, now you can understand, you should know what is confirmed DTC, what is test failed DTC. Confirmed DTC is a one which which will set this bit to the confirm after the pending DTC has some successful iteration of 40 ignition cycle or something, still the DTC presence. Then the confirmed DTC starts to give you the pop. So that means there is some issues, there is some issues with your car, yes, obviously, or with the ECU, with the software, with the hardware, there are some issues, but it is not required to take immediate action. Maybe you can go like after some 30 miles of your driving, or maybe after some tentatively some 7 or 10 days, but you have to visit. It's not immediately right now. If it is right now, yeah, it is well and good, but still, if you are going in some night travel, or so, you can't able to find a garage, right? So maybe in a highway it's very hard to find a garage. Maybe it depends on the location again, but still, immediately we don't have solution for that. So confirmed DTC is something, it will start to pop up if it is find even a 1% of issue. Okay, so test fail is something the 100% issue. So that there is an issue with the particular, for example, here if it is a brake, if there is some issue with the brake starts, there is maybe the brake is not properly handling to decelerate or stop the vehicle. So no, it's like maybe, but here it's complete kind of a brake failure. All right, so that's what this bit. So here test fail is a zeroth bit, then this failed operation cycle pending the confirmed it is a third bit. All right. So once as soon the confirmed DTC just failed and all triggers, if the particular DTC is mapped with the warning indicator requested, then it will also set to 1. Okay, fine. So now the difference is here it is a initial level issue, here it is a kind of a 100%, 90 percentage above issue. All right. So here report confirm first confirmed DTC. There report test fail first test fail. This is report first confirmed DTC. So same, but the thing is there is another question. Say for example, as I said, confirmed DTC will be the first, then only it will become aging of the DTC goes to test failed. All right, but how can you assure that first confirmed DTC will be the first test failed DTC? It's not. Maybe some DTC get confirmed at earlier stage, like say 10th second, and another DTC set to confirm around 15th second, but this first DTC somehow managed to get the aging slowly, but this one got quick aging and it may become a first failed DTC. This can be the second one, so that also possible. All right, and the subfunction is 0c to retrieve the first confirmed DTC. Test, I mean report most recent test fail. What is the most recent test fail? It's very simple. It is the last one. All right, 0d. So which DTC no triggered at last, or which DTC formed at last? That's what this is all about. So how is first exactly opposite? So what is the purpose again? Yeah, to check the diagnosis. So which one has been last triggered, so that maybe so you don't want to think more about the last no the recent test failed, because it may resolve. But yes, of course you have to give 100% importance to all the DTCs, because DTC should not be there for the ideal system, but still you have to know first, last, and also this is last. Here report most recent confirmed DTC, so that is last confirmed DTC. All right, yeah. And here also the same. See here only 2 bytes of data has been used, so here 2, and here 6 bytes of data has been used in the frame. And here status of the DTC FF, then this is a DTC, this is a 0 is a subfunction. Now report for DTC fault detection counter. This is a counter literally. All right, so why this has been used is most of the applications can be I mean most of the no logics in the DTCs can be deal with the counters. Counters are, it's really important in a vehicle or car. All right, so here the request, let's see, and the explanation will have in some others also. Here 2, that is 14 is a subfunction 14, then DTC 06. Here the report DTC fault detection counter is here. As soon you are giving this, so this particular DTC has some counter. Say um, for example, yeah, that's what you can consider. Airbag is an example. If this is an airbag ECU, and this ECU should not detect more than 50 times, 50 cycle of the detection. If it detects more than 50, then we'll have like this. If this particular detection is more than 50, then we may get some another DTC to set, or some pop-up should come, some intimation should go to the driver, like that. So for that, to monitor those, this particular subfunction is being useful. And here report DTC the permanent status. So what is the permanent status? It will become the permanent. No, it is like a test failed, but it is not exactly the test failed. It will be like a confirmed, like um, the status um, set to be permanent fault. All right, it is a fault. It is not it on a stage of test failed. All right, so it is still we can have more thought about this, more discussion about this, because if I start with that, then the topic changes. Now my intention is to complete the sub functions, at least that you have to understand something. All right. So yes, and here report um, the OBD DTC with the permanent status again. So here we have the OBD. So we have the onboard diagnostics, right? So in the onboard diagnostic, actually exactly the permanent status deal with the OBD protocol. So there, what if there's some state some OBD status with become, I mean OBD DTC status become permanent, then you'll have this. But here non-emission also have set of permanent status that will be dealing here. And what are the DTCs with is OBD related, that will be dealing here. If you see here, 01 is a DTC format identifier, and 02 here we use this for the DTC format identifier, that is for the count, any count. So it is not only found count, it is kind of a container. So here it is a 2A is a functional group. So we have so many functional group, we may have so many functional group in our project. Here 2A, here 3B, here 4F. So each functional group has different 5D, it has different DTC. Say for example in 2A I may have the DTCs related with brake. In this 3B I may have with suspension. Here I may have with the power steering. Here I may have with the airbag. So if I want to know what are the DTCs present in the ACU, then I can give this 5D. So I'll get exactly what it is. So instead, if you are just giving some 1902 um, 08, what will happen is you'll get a bunch of DTCs. I don't want that. I want specifically, I'm just monitoring, I'm closely observing the ACU module. So I want exactly from the ACU. So I'm requesting with 5D. So I'll get only what are the DTCs present in the module. So it is just to segregate. All right. So yeah, this is another very important thing that you have to understand. So 07 report number of DTC by severity mask. Before that, this one you have can understand, then you will go to this. So 08, see here I already have written easy. You say for example airbags, the BCM module, powertrain, infotainment, we have four. In this some 30 plus DTCs present, 50, 100, 400 on a total, I said. Okay, now if you want to specifically use the severity mask, hey, now you want only airbag, what are the DTCs present in the airbag? It's same like this, but this is with respect to the OBD. All right, respect to the OBD, that is emission related. This is non-emission related as well. All right, so here not as well, only non-emission DTCs, non-emission related DTCs. If you fetch the input as a severity mask record, so for example 2A, in 2A we have 30 plus DTCs. In that, what are the active DTCs that will start to fetch here as a output, and this is status. And here also you can see functional unit. Functional unit is something that which has this severity, this DTC will be in some unit, some container. So that one also you have to specify, and you will get that as output. All right, now 01 is the status availability. Here 2A is the DTC severity, that also, sorry, yeah, 2A is severity, that also you are fetching. And here 02 is a functional unit. In this functional unit also we have been um, fetched in, as we are using the functional unit. This has been saved in the functional unit. You will know you're not getting the format identifier here. All right, because for storing these numbers or for storing this special stuff, you need some container. Here functional unit itself taking care of that. All right, if you see in the previous videos, you'll see format identifier. So in so many places you have format identifier, right? See, but here it is a functional unit. All right, so, and coming back to this right, number of DTCs by severity mass. So now you don't want to see what are the DTCs, you want to see only the numbers active DTC present inside the ECU or in this ECU. So what you can do is you can just request with this particular stuff, then you'll get the number. This number has been stored in the format identifier. That's it. All right, so don't confuse with the same number. Here it is a function unit, so don't confuse with this. All right, it is just randomly we guys made this. That's it. Now report severity information. Okay, fine. Now here we fetch this input and we got the DTC. Now, for example, if you know the DTC, but you don't know the severity and you don't know anything about the DTC, which functional group it is, which functional unit it is, what is the severity, anything, you doesn't know anything. You know only the DTC, but you want to know the severity. Now, this is the subfunction you can use it used for 09. See, 1909. You can just fetch the DTC. Now you'll get the big response. What are the response you got? See, 9 is a subfunction, 01 is a DTC status availability mask, and 1B here you got is a DTC severity. This is the severity of the DTC. Alright. Then 02 is a DTC functional unit. Then 12, 1B, 4A is a DTC that what you requested for, and 2C is a status of the DTC. All right, I hope it's better, it's a bit understandable. You have, if you have DTC in your hand, you can request the DTC. So whether it is active or not active, it's not a matter. You can come to know about the severity information of the DTC. That is what the purpose of this 09. All right, 08 we covered. Yeah, now 04, it's a very important, and I like this subfunction much. All right, see, snapshot. What is snapshot? What is snapshot? If you are looking at some picture, if you're in some place, all right, the place has a mountain, then has some river, then have some trees, and there are some birds. Now we want to capture this moment, all right, and sun. So now we want to capture the moment. You'll take the snapshot. So in the snapshot, what will happen is the moment how many birds are there, and how the trees was, what is the color of the sky, how the sunset range, how the color of water, then the place, everything you can capture, right? So similarly, in DTC snapshot record, if you request for the DTC, he is a DTC, you are requesting for him also, you will get few parameters like what is the vehicle speed when this DTC created, what is the fuel range when this DTC created, then is the seat belt is on or not. I mean the seat belt has been closed or not. Okay, then any other thing here only we'll have, yeah, is there any brake issue was there, or any engine cylinder misfiring was there. So everything or whatever we want we can get from this particular subfunction. All right, for that, yes, the software has to be already made in such a way to get these. Here the request is 1904. This is a DTC, and 01. What is this 01? It's a DTC snapshot record number. This you should know. DTC with the snapshot record number. If you give this, then you'll get the information saying that 59 positive response, 04 is a subfunction. This is a DTC you got. Then 2C is a status of the DTC. Coming to 01 is what you requested. 1A, and still you have another two more bytes. So what happened is we know see, as soon it got this, then we can come to know. All right, so it will give 08, or it will give other response. All right, see here, you will get the hex value of the complete data. So you have to, so now you can forget about this part. Okay, you can get some more information later on a TP. Now you just understand, if the now the ECU wants to send more than 8 bytes of data, so now we are requesting for the flow control to the ECU, that is to send the consecutive frames. So here this is the first frame, 10 indicates the first frame, then 2B B5. All right, here um, here okay, 1A and 2B are the identifiers. 1A and 2B are the identifier. All right, for what this identifier is? To store the DTC snapshot record. You can store still some more bytes also. Now consider in this project they are storing only in 1 byte. So in 1 byte we have 8 bit of information, all are flags. So now when this DTC triggered in this snapshot record, the DTC snapshot record, you can come to know what exactly was there. So this is the identifier of the snapshot record. This snapshot record created this particular byte. So this byte is B5, right? So we can just convert this hex B5 into binary. Then see, this is what 101101. So here this first bit is for um, yeah, it starts from here. Okay, so this first one is for yeah, this is for the speed. So whether the speed is more than 80 or not. Yes, when the DTC triggered, the speed is more than 80 kilometer per hour. Then brake failure was there? No brake failure. Then this bit is for misfiring. Is there any engine misfire, cylinder misfiring was there? Yes, it is. Then powertrain issues. Is there any issues with the powertrain? Yes. ACU failure. Is the airbag failure? No. So any throttle failure? Yes. Coolant issue? No. Compressor issue? Yes. So this is what it will be. So these particular stuffs has been already fixed and depend. These are all the flags. Okay, you can consider these are the flags. So these flags will give you the information about these particular components about when even if it is not only mandatory to ask for this particular DTC, you can ask for any DTC and you will get the DTC snapshot record. And DTC snapshot record is completely a supplier and OEM specific. You can make like anything, like even you can make the 1 byte for one particular feature only. It's not mandatory to split like this. Even one is for one particular feature, you can make it. And yeah, it depends on how you want. All right, so I hope we covered almost 17 subfunction, and remaining 10 subfunction also will be covered in the upcoming videos. And before that, if there is anything that I want to explain in this terminology, can please ping, and I'll try to cover it as well. And if you want some more information or details about the content whatever we covered, that also can please let me know, so that we can try to make it as soon as possible. And that's all about this video. And yeah, don't forget to follow so that you can get the contents on notification um, as soon it's been done. All right,